Simsters, let me know if you can hear me. Happy Week 6 Friday. Hello, hello, hello. Anybody? All right. Teaku can hear me, so nothing else matters. Hi, everybody. So I made it. I may have driven like a little bit fast, and by a little bit, I mean like a lot of bit fast. But honestly, traffic was so bad that it's kind of a wonder that it happened because I only drove fast when I could drive fast. You know what I'm saying? Um, yeah. So things are going to be a little bit discombobulated for a minute. I just threw my dog out. I just turned the TV on. I'm waiting for a knock on the door. It's uh, a little bit discombobulated, but we will settle in shortly. And the first race of the day is the Arabian Desert Cup, a mile and a quarter for 5-year-old and up Arabians. I'm not going to go through all of them yet as I kind of settle in here, but the horse on the rail is Special Visionary, who's 10 for 16 lifetime. No one else has a record that impressive. Um, Ibn Saad is 7 for 15 with 6 second place finishes. That means that that horse is first or second most of the time. Obviously, a lot of the horses in here are by the Visionary. There's only two, no, three of them actually aren't by him. The number 3, the mare Magic Over the Bay, is by Patty's Day. And the number 5, Ibn Todd, is by Lord of Arabia. Number 7 on the outside, Kuzi, is by Nagib. So maybe, hopefully, we'll start getting some non-visionary aligned horses, or at least sired horses, to win these things. So, yeah. All right. Give me 30 seconds to go turn down the TV because I can't hear myself think, and then I will be here ready to call this race for you. Make sure you get your bets in. Let's do it. Okay, I'm back. Thanks all for letting me start a little bit late today. It is post time for that Arabian race. That's the Arabian Desert Cup. I'm just checking the bets really quick to see if I need to stop the betting right now. Where on earth is betting on this menu? You know, it's been like 6 years since we changed all the menus, and I still don't know where anything is. I'm laughing but also crying. Okay, I think we're good. Yeah, no, we're good. We can make sure you get your bets in for everything else, but we're good for this race. So, yeah. Why do I have this race open 3 times? Who's in charge of this? Betting pool is going to close at $4,100. A field of 7 set to go a mile and a quarter. These are Arabians. They're off in the Arabian Desert Cup, and it was a good start for all but Madaya. Magic Over the Bay takes back a step after the break, but here's Kuzi going out to the lead, joined by Special Visionary. 2 lengths back to Ibn Saad, who settles down third against the rail, then Visionary. Time is relative. Mayada and Magic Over the Bay is the early trailer. So they come down past us the first time, and it is Special Visionary and Kuzi. Those two are 5 lengths clear of the rest. Their noses apart. Ibn Saad sits third, and that one's 6 lengths behind. Then comes Visionary, who is 7 lengths behind that one. So it's a very strung out field. Magic Over the Bay alongside. Then comes Time is Relative 3 wide. Mayada is the trailer, and that is your field as they turn down the backside. It is Special Visionary leading Kuzi by a neck. Next comes Ibn Saad third, then Visionary fourth. There are That group behind them is tightly bunched. It's Visionary, Magic Over the Bay, Time is Relative, and Mayada right there. But they would have to make up 14 lengths to win. Rounding the turn to the top of the stretch, and it is Kuzi who still leads. Special Visionary, Here Comes Visionary, and Ibn Saad making a run. That one's only 2 lengths behind the leaders. Now Magic Over the Bay and Time is Relative. And down the stretch they come with 3/16 to go. It is Kuzi trying to hold on. Visionary and Ibn Saad on the outside is doing best of the lot. Visionary, Kuzi, Ibn Saad, and Ibn Saad's going to get up in time. Ibn Saad will win the Arabian Desert Cup. Visionary second, Kuzi third, then Special Visionary, and Time is Relative. The official winner is Ibn Saad. He's a 5-year-old dark bay horse by Lord of Arabia out of Dakara by the Visionary. He's a homebred for Laurie Hamill, and this is his 8th win in 16 starts, which is pretty impressive. Next up, we have the Desert Turf Sprint, the first thoroughbred race of the night. Post times in 2 minutes, but we have a field of 7. I'm going to go over the big ones quickly. Sorry if you're offended that I don't label you a big one. Number 2 is Terminal City. Nikki Everdeen has this one. This guy actually won the Stewards Cup 2 years ago. Last year in this race, he was 3rd. He did win the local prep for this race, but is considered a bit of an outsider. Number 3 is Red Balloon for Glenn Larson. Red Balloon is coming off of a victory in the Pegasus Dash. That was by 3.5 lengths. He was super impressive that day, and there's the knock on the door that I was talking about. Before that, he was 2nd in the Stewards Cup Turf Sprint. Number 5 is As Loki Ascends for Doug Como. This is a 6-year-old who costs $1.4 million, and he's earned back $1.5. Good on you, As Loki Ascends. This guy was a winner last out in the Lord Byron Stakes in England. And rounding out your field, oh, sorry, nope, I lied. There's 2 fillies on the outside. Math is hard. Number 6 is This Sick Beat for Sten Reno Hawkinson, a 4-year-old daughter of Time Lord. She's coming off a win in the Goofy Grass Stakes, which has so many meanings. 10 for 14 lifetime. And on the outside is Red Balloon's arch rival, and that is Dancin' Nancy. Lee Cara finally has his big filly back. 9 for 14 lifetime. Has only been off the board never. $2.1 million earned. And she's coming off of a victory in the Grade 1 Hong Kong Sprint Cup. That's your field. 30 seconds to post. Gonna be some more post drag. 1 extra minute while I get the kids some dinner because I forgot they existed. Okay, sorry. It is post time for the Desert Turf Sprint. And this is a field of 5, 7. Math is again hard. Set to go 6 furlongs. Betting pool closes at $27,400. Big support, obviously, for Red Balloon and his arch nemesis, Dancin' Nancy. They're off in the Desert Turf Sprint, and Dancin' Nancy is very quick from the block. Dancin' Nancy goes out well, and the rest were away cleanly, too. This sick beat the other filly in Terminal City. Then comes As Loki Ascends and Red Balloon. 4-day week, and See This Is Me is the early trailer as they go whipping up the backstretch to the far turn. It is Dancin' Nancy leading them by a length and some. This sick beat tracking her. Then comes Terminal City. The pace is fast as Loki Ascends Red Balloon 4-day week and See This Is Me. They're coming to the top of the stretch, and Dancin' Nancy has led every step of the way. Dancin' Nancy a length clear. Here's Terminal City up in the second. This sick beat dropping out as Loki ascends. Red Balloon getting going. It is Dancin' Nancy. Here is Terminal City to make the first move. Terminal City up alongside. Red Balloon tracking between horses. Red Balloon trying to get through as Loki ascends in 4-day week. It is Terminal City, Red Balloon, and Dancin' Nancy. And it is Terminal City in a mild upset in the Desert Turf Sprint. Terminal City wins. Red Balloon second. Dancin' Nancy third. Then as Loki ascends. The official winner is Terminal City. He's a 5-year-old roan horse by Almighty Pitt out of Lannister Debt by the Black Glove. He is owned by Nicky Everdeen and was bred by Aidan O'Brien. His companion goat is named Rogue Lawyer, and this is his 12th win in 19 starts. Also, he's got like 3.5 million in earnings, which is pretty impressive. Ooh, we finally get a bit of a break as we have 7 whole minutes until the Dubai Millennium Mile. Now, you guys, I have to tell you to stick around tonight. I have so many game points to give away tonight, but obviously we're a little bit behind, so we won't be giving away many of them during the actual broadcast. A lot of them will be after I put the kids in bed. So as I say to my children, what comes first? Broadcast. Then what happens? Bedtime. Then what happens? Free money! You want to be here, so stick around tonight. We'll be up because Winks will be running, so we'll be watching that, and we'll try and care. We'll be doing some caring. Anyway, there is a field of 7 for the Dubai Millennium Mile, which is a mile on the grass for $1,000,000. On the rail, we have Courage Every Day, who is a son of the recently anointed to the Hall of Fame, Rillian. This guy is coming off of 3 straight wins for Rebecca Rose Hepburn, 8 for 12 lifetime. Highest speed figure is an 88. Number 2 is Make a Man, named after the song from Mulan. Mulan? Yes, Mulan. Pete Vela owns that one. This guy is a $2.5 million purchase who has earned back 1.2. He won the Fleet Admiral Mile 2 back, and then he was 4th last out in Hong Kong. Number 3 is the super popular and very awesome Pepperjack Boudin. Louise Bayou owns this guy. He's a son of Maurice. He's 8 for 11 lifetime, never been worse than 3rd. This guy is coming off a win in the Pegasus Turf Mile. Before that, he was 3rd in the Stewards Cup Turf Mile, although I think he was favored that day. I might be making that up. You may recall that he has a fierce rivalry with Superpowers, who is also in this race, who will win or finish ahead of the other this time. Number 4 is Making Wishes for Rachel Sadler. This is a $1.3 million purchase who's actually earned back 2.3 already. He's coming off of a win in the Spartacus Stakes. This guy is usually quite close to, he's either winning or second. 14 of 19 he has won. He ran very poorly in the Stewards Cup Turf Mile, but last year he was second in this race, beating only a length and a half, so he's out for revenge. Number 5 is the super 4-year-old filly Velvet Soft for Xander Zone. This girl was 3rd in the Pegasus Turf Mile, but before that she did win the Stewards Cup. 9 for 12 lifetime, never been worse than 3rd. This is probably the best turf horse that Xander Zone has ever owned, or maybe will ever own. Number 6 is the aforementioned Superpowers for Sten Reno. This is a son of Steel Slayer. He's 8 for 13 lifetime with 4 second-place finishes. Superpowers is coming off a 2nd place by a neck in the Pegasus. Before that, he was 4th, beating 3 necks in the last Stewards Cup. Before that, he won 2 Grade 1 races in a row. He and Pepperjack Boudin are arch nemesis rivals and hate each other, but also I think there's a bromance going on. Probably a bromance. Anyway, rounding out the field, number 7 is Heard the Prophecy for Lucas Davenport. 12 for 26 lifetime. This is an old guy. He's 7 years old. He's run 6th place 2 in a row, but before that he was 2nd in 2 Grade 2 races. Probably a little bit cut below this group. Last year he was 6th in the Pegasus, so that tends to be his MO for these Grade 1 races. But he did win the Spartacus Stakes and the Grade 1 Hong Kong Champions Mile like a year ago next week. That's your field for the Dubai Millennium Mile. Yeah, you guys have 3 minutes to post, and I have dinner, so I'll be back. Make sure you get your bets in. Bet on all the things, because I'm closing down all the betting now. Okay, bye. 2 minutes to post. Make sure you get your bets in before I eat this broccoli. How'd that go for me? It is post time for the Dubai Millennium Mile. Betting pool's only $7,200, so you guys are all slackers, and I'm going to eat way more food next time because you guys didn't do your job. I'm literally seeing this result for the very first time. Okay, then. All right. Okay, they're in the gate. And they are off in the Dubai Millennium Mile. Superpowers bobbled at the break, but the rest were away okay. Make a Man, Pepper Jack Boudin, and here's Superpowers, and he wants the lead. Velvet Soft the filly, then Making Wishes, Courage Every Day, and Heard the Prophecy is at the back of the pack. So it is Superpowers, and he leads them by 2. Make a Man sits second, 2 lengths back to Pepper Jack Boudin. Then comes Velvet Soft with Making Wishes alongside and Courage Every Day. Another length back to Heard the Prophecy, 6 lengths front to back. It is Superpowers, and he leads by almost 3. No one wanted to go with him today. Make a Man sits second. Pepper Jack Boudin is 6 lengths off the pace. Velvet Soft is 9 lengths off the pace. Then comes Making Wishes, Courage Every Day, and Heard the Prophecy, still the trailer. They've got 3 furlongs left to run in the Dubai Millennium Mile, and it is Superpowers, and he leads by 5 lengths now. They're going to have to reel him in. Make a Man, Pepper Jack Boudin. Here's Velvet Soft the filly making a move, and Making Wishes, then Courage Every Day. It is Superpowers leading them down the stretch. The filly Velvet Soft doing better of the rest. Making Wishes and Pepper Jack Boudin not today. Courage Every Day, but it is Superpowers, and he took them gate to wire. Superpowers very impressive today to win the Dubai Millennium Mile. Velvet Soft up second, then comes Making Wishes third, and Pepper Jack Boudin. The official winner is Superpowers. He's a 4-year-old gray colt by Steel Slayer out of Dream Darkness by Dark Heart. He is owned by Sten Reno Hawkinson, and he was bred by the steward. This is his 9th win in 14 starts, and his companion cat is named Austin Pow Wow. Pow Pow, sorry. It's pretty funny. Either way. Next up, we have the Dubai Nope Lies Desert Duty Free, which apparently is in 2 minutes. Who did this schedule? On the rail, we have number 1, Heartborkin for Stormy Peak. This is a 7-year-old homebred who is coming off of a 9th place effort in the Pegasus Turf. He did win the Grade 1 Grumpy Old Men Stakes at the end of last year, and before that, he'd won the Tribeca Stakes against Open Company in New York. Last year was 3rd in this race, actually. Number 2 is Phenomenal One. This is a Ryan Whitehead homebred, a 4-year-old son of Take Me Up. Oh my gosh, Take Me Up has 4-year-olds. 7 for 12 lifetime, has been in the top 3 10 times, a $1.1 million earner. This guy's coming off of a victory in the Grade 1 Barbados Gold Cup, but before that was 8th in the Stewards Cup. This guy's actually won 3 Grade 1s in his last 4 races. That's pretty good. Number 3 is King of Ashes for Carol Hansen. I actually really like this guy. 9 for 15 lifetime. This guy is a 5-year-old son of Kingdom of Rust, coming off a 4th place effort in the Pegasus Turf, but before that he'd won the Hong Kong Turf Cup and the Chicago Million. I have no recollection of that happening, but okay. Last year he was 2nd in this race, beaten ahead by Elfress Alley. Number 4 is Crown Champion for Lucas Davenport. This is a 6-year-old son of Muto. Coming off of a 3rd place effort in the Zazam, this guy is 6 for 26 lifetime. Get off the table! That's mine! Number 5 is Laser Gator for Brian Levitt. Brian Levitt in with several nice chances tonight. This is a 6-year-old gelded son of Holman Hell out of his nice mare, Nyan Cat. 8 for 22 lifetime. This guy's trying to close in on $1 million in earnings. And rounding out the field, number 6 is Through the Night. 14 for 18 lifetime. This guy's won 2 straight Grade 3 races. Was 12th in the Stewards Cup last year. He did run in the longer desert race last year, and he was 6th. That's your field, and it is post time for the Desert Duty Free, a field of 6 set to go 1 mile and an 1/8. They're off in the Desert Duty Free. Crown Champion with a very bad break, but the rest were away okay. It is King of Ashes who goes out to the lead, joined by Heartborkin, and then comes Crown Champion rushed up after the bad start. Phenomenal One takes back 4th, then comes Laser Gator tucking in, and Through the Night is going to be your early trailer. So it is King of Ashes over Heartborkin, and those two kick clear of Crown Champion. Phenomenal One sits 4th, then Laser Gator, and Through the Night is the trailer. Down the backstretch they run, and King of Ashes, he leads by a length and some. Then comes Heartborkin, another length to Crown Champion. Phenomenal One would have 4 lengths to make up, but he's got 7 on Laser Gator with Through the Night alongside. They're rounding that far turn, and King of Ashes had led every step of the way. He's a length clear of Heartborken. Here comes Phenomenal One gaining a spot. Crown Champion drops back. Here's Through the Night and Laser Gator making moves. They're coming down the stretch, and it's King of Ashes. He's trying to hold on. Phenomenal One is reeling him in. Heartborken can't do better than third. Then Laser Gator. It's King of Ashes, Phenomenal One, and Phenomenal One is rolling on by. Phenomenal One going to win by a length. King of Ashes second, Heartborken third, then Laser Gator, and Through the Night. The official winner is Phenomenal One. He's a 4-year-old black colt by Take Me Up out of Restored Royalty by Tattered. He's a homebred for Ryan Whitehead, and he is 8 for 13 lifetime. Next up is the Desert Golden Sprint, and we have 7 minutes to post for this one. This is a really, really nice field. I really, really like it. On the rail, we have the Pegasus Heroine, third versus. This is a Brianna McKenzie homebred, a daughter of If Looks Could. This girl has won 2 major races in a row, the Pegasus and the Stewards Cup. Clearly she can run with boys, so I don't see any problem for her today other than it seems to be difficult to go Pegasus to Dubai. Number 2 is More Than Life Itself. He's now a 5-year-old for Pepper Carroll, 18 for 24 lifetime. He has only been off the board once? Never? Maybe never. I suck at this. $3.3 million earned. This guy has always been special. He was second last out to a fellow runner in here in the Crater Handicap. Last year he was second in the Pegasus, and he did win this Desert Golden Sprint. He is your defending champion. Number 3 is Plenty of Fire for Mike Larson. I love this horse in here today. 15 for 26 lifetime. This guy is a $3 million purchase who's earned back 2.2. He's coming off of a victory in the Bright Light Stakes. Before that, he was 5th in the Stewards Cup. Number 4 is the Super Horse, and that is Dark Prophecy. This guy suffered the first loss of his long career in the Pegasus. He was second to the filly that day. Before that, he was unbeaten. He is now 16 for 17 lifetime, looking to make it 17 for 18 today. Number 5 is another good one, and that is Get Out for Xander Zone. This guy won the Stewards Cup and then was third in the Pegasus, 11 for 14 lifetime. This is a multiple grade 1 winner, and I like him because he's cool. Number 6 is Universe of Stars, another Xander Zone runner. This is a 6-year-old son of California Stars. He is 8 for 29 lifetime. This guy has 13 second-place finishes, which is super annoying. In fact, his last 5 races in a row were second-place finishes. He has not won in his last 10. Rounding out the field, Lucas Davenport feels like he always has one on the outside, meaning like the outside post. That's number 7, Ride Along. This is a 7-year-old son of Bull Black Nova. This guy's earned just over $1 million. This will be his 39th start. That is your field for the Desert Golden Sprint. Post time is in 5 minutes. Get your bets in. 1 minute to post. 1 minute to post. It is post time for the Desert Golden Sprint. This is a field of seven set to go 6 furlongs for $2 million. Pro tip, if you have curry on your fingers, don't wipe it in your eye. Does not feel good. Betting pool closes at $31,400, and the field is in the gate. They're off in the Desert Golden Sprint. Dark Prophecy was one step slow, but the rest were away well. It is Ride Along, and now Dark Prophecy rushed up. Universe of Stars, then Plenty of Fire. Get Out, third versus the filly, and More Than Life itself is at the back of the pack. And the pace is very fast. It's Ride Along who leads them, with Dark Prophecy pressing him. 2 lengths back to Universe of Stars. Then comes Plenty of Fire fourth. Get Out, third versus, and More Than Life itself is still the trailer. We have a new leader routing the turn to the top of the stretch, and it is Dark Prophecy. He takes over from Ride Along as that one spits the bit. Here's Plenty of Fire making a move. Get Out, trying to get going. Then comes the filly third versus. More Than Life itself has to do better, and they've got 3/16 to go. It is Dark Prophecy, and he leads the field down the stretch. Get Out and Plenty of Fire on the outside. Plenty of Fire coming on strong third versus, and More Than Life itself. Dark Prophecy trying to hold on. Plenty of Fire on the outside, and it's going to be a head bobber in the Desert Golden Sprint. Too close to call. Get Out was third versus fourth, then More Than Life itself was fifth. The results of the photo are in. It was a battle of grays to the wire, and Plenty of Fire is your winner of the Desert Golden Sprint. He won by a nose over Dark Prophecy. Plenty of Fire is a gray 6-year-old horse by St. Longinus out of Plenty Wilder by AP Sidewinder. He is owned by Mike Larson and was bred by the steward. His companion goat is named Schwartzy, and he is 16 for 27 lifetime. Next up, we have the Desert Mile. This is the 1 mile on the main track. This is a field of 8. Oh, my thing just went away. That's really annoying. Okay, hold on. I just killed my browser. I'll be right back to talk about this race. Okay, we're good. Everything's fine. Number 1 is the mare, and that is Time Heist. This is a homebred for Nina Olson. This mare has proven over and over that she can be competitive against the males. She was second in the Pegasus Dirt Mile last out behind Colby, and before that was third in the Dirt Mile. Storage Cup. That one for the Storage Cup. Number 2 is Flame Kissed, another mare. This is another 5-year-old, a homebred for Laura Ferguson. She is 11 for 17 lifetime. She's earned $2.5 million, and last year she won the Pegasus. That was last year, though. This year she was third. Number three, Little Silver Dust for Lori Hamill, a $1.4 million purchase by California Chrome. This boy has won his last two starts, 8 for 19 lifetime, closing in on $1 million in earnings. Number four is All of Kansas, who is like weirdly really well bred. This is a Lucas Davenport gelding. He's by All of Time. And the dam is Wichita, who earned $1 million and has been the dam of other nice things, including Keeland, who earned almost $1 million. And yeah, basically just a really nice female family. Number five is Tough Act for Kenneth Prater. It wasn't Kenneth Prater, it was Kevin Ader, who managed to do something we've never seen in the sim before, and we were crying laughing. It was so weird. Kevin managed to block himself. And so all of his messages just ended up going in a circle of this can't be delivered because this person is blocked. And yeah, it was not. It was pretty funny because who would have thunk it that you could block yourself? Anyway, this has nothing to do with Tough Act. I just thought it was funny. So Tough Act was second last out in the Optimist Stakes behind Little Silver Dust. He's actually lost to that rival twice in a row. His last win was week 15 in the Prince Ali Stakes, 6 for 12 lifetime. Number six is Colby, and Colby is Danny Derby, son of Selatai, a $3.5 million purchase. He's 9 for 12 lifetime. This guy's coming off of a win in the Pegasus. Number seven is Time Over Time. Okay, I know that's not how the song goes. Give me a break. Teaka Downs owns this one. This is another son of All of Time. Danny Derby sold this one. This is a 6-year-old who has just broken his maiden about a year and a week ago, which I think is just weird. 22 starts, 5 wins. He's been on the board 14 times, coming off of a second place effort in the Only Ashes Stakes behind Majingling, who is not here but does win tonight, I think. I know I saw that name earlier today. Rounding out the field, number 8 is Gonzo for Pete Vela. This was a Paysun dispersal horse, which that was sad and depressing. This guy is 12 for 16 lifetime with $2.6 million earned. You may notice, sorry, I'm totally hijacking your horse here, Pete, but you may notice that we no longer do the regular dispersals that we used to do. Horses don't go up for sale at midnight anymore. Everything is run through me, and if the player has any horses of note, they go up for auction instead because there was too much drama with older players paying off new players, which is fine. New players' prerogative to take the money or not, but people didn't like it, and so we don't do those kind of dispersals anymore. And guess what? It made a whole bunch more work for me, so it stinks, and I don't like it. 3 minutes to post for the Desert Mile. And field of 8 set to go a mile in 3 minutes. Two minutes to post. This is a super solid field, in my opinion. And next up after this, we will have the marathon. All right, it is post time. A field of 8 set to go a mile. Betting pool closes at $12,200. Several fillies and mares in here. How will they fare against the boys? And by several, I mean two. They're off in the Desert Mile, and it was a good start for all 8 runners. Time over time goes out to the lead, joined by Colby. Now time over time kicks clear, and Colby is content to tuck in. Then comes Time Heist, Silver Dust, Little Silver Dust, and Flame Kissed. Then All of Kansas, Gonzo, and Tough Act is the trailer. So it is time over time, and he's on a bender. He leads by 4. Time Heist sits second ahead of Colby, who's now third. Little Silver Dust up fourth, then Flame Kissed and All of Kansas. Gonzo is 7th, 5 lengths back to Tough Act. No change in order yet. It is time over time. Then Time Heist and Colby, Little Silver Dust and Flame Kissed, All of Kansas and Gonzo, Tough Act, and they've got 3.5 furlongs left to run in the Desert Mile, and it is time over time, who still leads by 2. Colby is now second. Time Heist trying to go with that one. Here's Gonzo up fourth. He's coming on from the back of the pack. Little Silver Dust loses a spot. Flame Kiss trying to get going. Then All of Kansas. And it is Colby who takes over from Time over time. The filly Time Heist goes right with him. And Gonzo's on the outside gobbling up ground. It is Colby and Time Heist. These two trying to clear the field. Gonzo is the danger. Gonzo's coming on. And it's going to be Gonzo who nails him on the line. Gonzo wins over Colby. Time Heist was third. Then Time over time in Little Silver Dust. The official winner is Gonzo. He's a 6-year-old black horse by Cyberman out of Burning Beauty by Burning Beast. He is owned by Pete Vella and was bred by Pei Sun. He's now 13 for 17 lifetime, and he has a companion cat named Colors. Next up, we have the Scott Island Memorial Desert Marathon, and let us all take a moment of silence to remember our dearly departed and very good friend, Scott Island. Thank you. This is a large field of 11 horses going 2 miles, and we'll start with number 1, Fill Your Nights. This is a 6-year-old gelding, a son of Together out of a Grant mare who liked to go shorter. It's possible that this race is a bit too long for this one, coming off of a second place finish in an allowance. Number 2 is a Seal. Rebecca Rose Hepburn here with this homebred. He's an 8-year-old gelding. I love this guy. He's earned over $1 million. You know, he's your typical Rebecca Rose Hepburn gelding. He's probably got 4 more years on the track. This poor animal. Just teasing. He did win the highly regarded stakes here 3 weeks ago. That is the local prep for this race. Number 3 is Mr. Awesome, who's actually named after Scott Island, if I am correct. This is a Danny Derby homebred. This is a son of Circle of Life out of the very good mare Paint the Night, who earned $3.9 million, 5 for 10 lifetime. This guy has yet to win a major one, but he kind of knocks on the door, and he is better than he appears to have been of late. Number 4 is his stablemate, and that is Cheru for Danny Derby. This is a $2.7 million purchase, who's closing in on that purchase price. This guy was actually second last out in the highly regarded. Last year, he did run second in this race behind Follow Your Fate, who's in the Desert World Cup this year. This guy is a little bit obnoxious, but he's earned $2.1 million, so he's clearly doing something right. He's been first or second in 17 of 23 starts. Number 5 is Wona from Mary Whalen. This is a homebred son of Thunder Road. Son, haha, I lied. It's a mare. A homebred daughter of Thunder Road. This girl has actually won 4 races in a row, 9 for 16 lifetime. She wasn't much as a younger horse, but I do believe she has upgraded to be a freak now. Yes, she has. So clearly, the going is getting good. Number 6 is Reva James for Ben Stover. This is a homebred gelded son of James Dean. This guy is 2 for 10 lifetime, coming off of a second place effort in the jet ski handicap. This guy was also second in the James Bond Stakes at the end of last year. Number 7 is Sudden Sword, another gelding. This is a son of Sudden Regret, 6 for 30 lifetime, over $500,000 earned. This guy's coming off of an allowance win in South Dakota. Does that make sense? Probably. Number 8 is the other filly, and that is Night Before Xmas. Carl Smythe owns this one. It's a daughter of Heart of the Storm out of Maryland Million. Every right to take on the boys and do well here because that's what this family does. She was 4th in the Stewards Cup Ladies route. That was behind I Will Let You Know. No one was beating her. What can you do? She did race against the boys last out in the Gallant Sox and finished 3rd, beaten less than a length last out. Number 9 is Iditarod Trail for Tim Matthews. This is another cool older gelding. This is a son of Balto. He's earned $300,000 with 6 wins and 23 starts. He is coming out of a $50,000 Claymie race. Excuse me, but he did win that, so his confidence will be good. Number 10, oh, my nose is so stuffed up, is Infinite Opinions for Gigi Go Faster. This is a Pete Vella bred, son of Indominus out of a Just Victory mare. Only 2 for 12 lifetime. This one lost last out behind a horse named Bregman, who is probably, in my opinion, one of the most underrated horses in the game. Rounding out the field, number 11 is Griffin. This is a 6-year-old gelded son of Gryffindor. Randall Johnson owns this one. This guy's won 11 of 20 starts. He also lost to Bregman last out, but before that he had won 5 allowances in a row. That's your field for the Scott Island Memorial Desert Marathon. 4 minutes to post. Get your bets in. 1 minute to post for the Desert Marathon. This is a wide open race because at the top of his game, Shrew is clearly better than most of the horses in here. The X factors are the filly, night before Xmas, or I guess she's a mare now. Um, how good is Wona getting? Is a seal about to have the best race of his life? Is Mr. Awesome, now that he gets to be an older horse and go long, is he going to actually be Mr. Awesome? Okay. So it's not like the best marathon field we've ever seen by any means, but it's a good solid one. So anyway, betting pool closes at $11,400. Set to go 2 miles, which I will probably skip like a mile of. They're off in the Scott Island Memorial Desert Marathon, and Mr. Awesome broke best, and he is out very quickly. The rest were away well, save for Iditarod Trail, who stumbled at the start. Night before Xmas gets asked to go after the leader, then comes Wona and Griffin, then Fill Your Nights, Infinite Options, and Reva James. Then comes Asil and Charu, Iditarod Trail after the bad break, and Sudden Sword is the early trailer. So it is Mr. Awesome leading them by a length to the backstretch the first time. Night before Xmas just after that one, and then Wona is outside her. Griffin is alongside, 3 across the track, another half length back to Fill Your Nights on the rail. Then comes Infinite Options, Reva James and Asil. Then Charu, Iditarod Trail, and Sudden Sword is at the back of the pack. It is Mr. Awesome, and he leads by a half. It's Wona who's pressing him now with Night Before Xmas set back third. 2 lengths to Fill Your Nights. Then comes Griffin, who lost a spot. Infinite Options drops back. That one's sixth. Here comes Reva James and Asil. Then Charu, Iditarod Trail, and Sudden Sword. No change in order as they come down the stretch the first time. They still have another lap left to go. It is Mr. Awesome with Wona and Night Before Xmas. Mr. Awesome leads the 2 fillies. Then comes Fill Your Nights and Griffin. Infinite Options, Reva James and Asil, Charu, Iditarod Trail, and Sudden Sword is still your trailer. They've got 6 furlongs left to run in the Memorial Desert Marathon, and it is Mr. Awesome. He leads by a length. Night Before Xmas is next, then comes Wona. Fill Your Nights is dropping back. Griffin and Reva James, Charu, Asil, Infinite Options, Iditarod Trail, and Sudden Sword. They've only got 3 furlongs left to run now, and it is still Mr. Awesome. He's led every step of the way. Here comes his stablemate Charu, Night Before Xmas, trying to catch them. Then there's Wona and Reva James, Fill Your Nights, and Griffin. It is Mr. Awesome leading him down the stretch, and Mr. Awesome does not have much danger. Charu is trying to chase him, Night Before Xmas and Wona, but Mr. Awesome in a canter to the wire. Mr. Awesome is going to win for Mr. Awesome Scott Island. Mr. Awesome's going to take this one by a length. Charu is second, then Night Before Xmas third, Wona and Reva James. Okay, so I definitely saw that Mr. Awesome won several hours ago before I went to the track, and I did not make the connection whatsoever. I would have been way more excited about that. So, the official winner is Mr. Awesome. He's a 4-year-old black colt by Circle of Life out of Paint the Night by Horcrux. This is a homebred for Danny Derby, who runs first and second here. Mr. Awesome is now 6 for 11 lifetime. Also, a Circle of Life out of Paint the Night that is a grade 1 winner. Yeah. Will be breeding to this next year or in 5 years, whenever he retires. Next up in 2 minutes, whoops, fail, is the Desert Turf Classic. This is a $4 million race. And on the rail, we have No One Is Safe, one of my favorite names for Tim Matthews. This is a homebred son of Reddington out of Tim's very nice mare, Allison. 8 for 18 lifetime. This guy has earned $2.3 million coming off of bad efforts in both the Pegasus and the Stewards Cup. Number 2 is Big Hello, who's a 6-year-old from Michelle Calderoni, 11 for 20 lifetime. He's been top 3 in 17 starts. $4.3 million earned. This guy is coming off of a 5th place effort in the Pegasus, but 2 back, he won the Ireland's Champion Stakes. Number 3 is Only Me for Lucas Davenport. This is a 7-year-old son of King of Monsters out of the Sydney mare Just Me. This guy cost 2.5 million. He's earned back 9.6. That's pretty impressive. This guy was second by a head in this race last year behind Big Hello. I guess I should have said this guy won that race last year. He was sixth in the ARC, second in the English Champions. Then he won a Grade 1 that was sponsored, and then he won the Grade 2 Danish Jockey Club before this. This guy's been around a long time, and he's won a lot of things and a lot of money. Number 4 is Like Diamonds, who is famous as being the only horse to ever defeat Deputy Governor. Like Diamonds is a $1.1 million purchase who's earned back 2.6 for Glenn Larson. Last out, he won the Haitian Stakes. Before that, he was third in the Pegasus Turf and second in the Stewards Cup. Fourth in the ARC, so this guy's always knocking on the door. As long as he stays away from Deputy Governor, he does pretty well, but he is the one horse to beat him that came 1 year ago in the Louisville Bunbury. Number 5 is Deputy Governor, one of the great horses of all time. Izzy Rafferty owns this one. He's 10 for 11 lifetime. I say that because I don't think he's going anywhere, and he's probably going to win a bunch more stuff. He's like the people's horse round 2 on turf. This guy last year, as a 2-year-old, he won the Stewards Cup. Last year as a 3-year-old, he won the London Derby, the Irish Derby, and the ARC. Now he's 4. He's won the Pegasus and the Desert Gold Stakes, the prep for this. The only thing maybe is that he went 14, 16, 2, 4. Can that be done? Just looking for a chink in his armor. We're 1 minute late, so number 6 rounding out the field is Avenue de Champs. That is a homebred for Regina Haggart. This is a 5-year-old son of Time Limit who has earned $170,000. That's your field for the Desert Turf Classic. It is post time, so I hope you got your bets in. You didn't. Oh, no, you did, because it's 32,600. Okay. They're off in the Desert Turf Classic, and Big Hello was 1 step slow, as was Avenue de Champs. It is Deputy Governor out like a rocket, and he goes right to the lead. No one wants to run with him early, so it's Deputy Governor on a loose lead already. Only Me is going to be second, then comes Big Hello third, Avenue de Champs, and then Like Diamonds. No One Is Safe is the early trailer, but there are only 7 lengths front to back as Deputy Governor. Now he tries to get away. Deputy Governor opening up as much as 10 lengths early. Deputy Governor absolutely cruising out here early. Only Me's going to be second with Big Hello third. Those two are right next to each other, 2 lengths back to Avenue de Champs. Like Diamond sits 5th. He would have a dozen lengths to make up, and No One Is Safe is the trailer. No change in order yet. It is Deputy Governor leading by 10. Then comes Only Me, Big Hello, and Avenue de Champ. Like Diamond sits 5th, and then No One Is Safe is the trailer, and they're going to have to get moving on Deputy Governor, who still leads by 8 lengths, rounding the far turn. Only Me in striking position. Here's Like Diamonds passing Big Hello. No One Is Safe from the back of the pack is coming on. Avenue de Champs drops out, so they've come to the top of the stretch. Deputy Governor, he only leads by 2 now. Only Me is done. It is Like Diamonds the danger, and No One Is Safe coming on. Deputy Governor trying to kick away from Like Diamonds. No One Is Safe, then Only Me. Deputy Governor, he's still cleared. Like Diamonds is trying to reel him in. Deputy Governor and Like Diamonds is coming, and it's going to be really close in the Desert Turf Classic between the top 2. No One Is Safe was third, then Only Me, and Big Hello. The results of the photo are in. Like Diamonds is the winner of the Desert Turf Classic. He has defeated Deputy Governor today. Like Diamonds is clearly his nemesis. Like Diamonds is a 4-year-old black colt by Satono Crown, out of which is Familiar by Itoko. He is owned by Glenn Larson and is now 8 for 14 lifetime. He's earned over $3 million now. Not bad for a $1.1 million purchase. Stop beating my horse, though. I like that Deputy Governor. Next up, we have 6 minutes to go for the Desert World Cup, and this is the big $6 million race, and I need a tissue or something, so I'll be right back. Okay, time to get ready for the sorry, text message. Time to get ready for the Desert World Cup. We have a field of 9 set to go a mile and a quarter. This is okay. We spend so many years bashing the Desert World Cup because it could always be better. This is maybe the best field ever. This is such a good field, horse to horse, top to bottom. Fantastic field. Someone's going to have to finish last, guys. Doesn't mean that you need to, throw your horse off anything. It's just the way it goes. Number 1, we have the reigning Louisville Derby winner, and that is Fancy Shoes. This guy has only won twice since the Louisville Derby, and in an hour, he will no longer be the reigning Louisville Derby winner. Both of those wins that he had were Grade 1 races at a mile and a quarter. That is his absolute jam. He was 2nd in the Midsummer Classic. He was 6th in the Stewards Cup Classic. Keith made those special Happy This Way son is 7 for 12 lifetime and looking to expand on that. Next up, we have number 2, Avada Kedavra. This is last year's Long Island Classic winner. He's been a little bit annoying since then. He could have gone in the marathon-y race that we just had. Honestly, he probably would have won, but maybe it's better he didn't because we were all excited about the whole Mr. Awesome situation. This is a son of Hold Above for Nina Olson, a homebred. He's 7 for 13 lifetime, coming off of a win in the mile-and-a-half Wavier Wand Stakes. This guy was 4th in the Pegasus, 7th in the Stewards Cup. He has not won since his Long Island Classic win. Get going, Avada Kedavra. Number 3 is Ketchikan, who may be one of the more annoying horses in the sim. When you have a son of After the Disco out of a royally bred family like Napa Rose, and he's still hasn't made $1 million, yeah, it's a little bit annoying. This guy was 2nd by a head in the Stewards Cup at 2, 7th in the Louisville Derby last year. He did not hit the board in any of the Triple Crown races, but he is on a 3-race winning streak. Number 4 is Hear You Me. I remember that I thought Pete Vella was retiring this horse at the end of last year, and I was super grouchy at him that he didn't. This is a 5-year-old son of Mint, who is 13 for 17 lifetime. He's already earned $2.9 million. This guy won the Japan Trophy Dirt last year. He was 2nd in the Desert World Cup last year. That was behind Indiana Jones. Looking to do better on that today. Number 5 is Leave You Laughing. This is a Emily Mitchell homebred, son of James Dean. This guy kind of just keeps cropping up, and sometimes he wins, and sometimes he runs like he's still running. This guy won the Grade 1 Z Prince Memorial Stakes last year. He won the Grade 2 Pref Mogips. Then he was 10th in the Stewards Cup. He did finish 3rd in the marathon prep for this race. He probably doesn't want to go that 2-mile distance, so that's why he's here today. He has already earned almost $600,000. Number 6 is Rebel with a Cause. This is a $9.6 million purchase for Cleopatra that has not broken the $1 million barrier yet. Obviously, he could do that today. He's definitely bred for this. He's a James Dean out of Skyfall. This guy won the Queen's Derby last year. He does love the 1.25-mile distance. The only annoying thing about him that I don't like prep-wise is that he managed to lose his prep for this, which was behind Hear You Me. Number 7 is Phoenix Argyle. Phoenix Argyle for Danny Derby. This guy won the Midsummer Classic last year. He did win the Brilliance Finds a Way Stakes last out. None of the horses he beat that day are here. 6 for 12 lifetime, he's earned $1.4 million. This is another horse that I'm like, oh, he's so good, he's going to win. And then randomly he's like, I'm actually going to run 8th because I'm obnoxious. Number 8 is your reigning Stewards Cup Classic champion, and that is Castle's Crumble. He, remember, went unbeaten last year, almost. He was almost unbeaten last year. He won all these 1.25-mile races. He was a bit overlooked going into the Stewards Cup. Well, he's come back, and he ran 2nd behind Fancy Shoes by a nose in their prep for this. The problem is that those two horses threw it down in that Gladiator Stakes Week 3. Thank goodness that race was Week 3 and not Week 4. Otherwise, they might be tosses, but it was Week 3, so they're clearly not. 10 for 17 lifetime. He is a special guy, too. Rounding out the field is number 9, Follow Your Fate. And I was so angry at Mike Bryant for running him in the marathon last year, because I thought for sure, and I still believe, he would have won the Desert World Cup. Since then, this guy has won 5 5 Grade 1 races. He was third in the Pegasus 2-back, then he won the Grade 1 Arcadian Million. Second in the Stewards Cup, this guy has earned $4.9 million, and this is his big race that hopefully maybe he'll win. That is the field for the Desert World Cup. And sorry I was a little bit late, but it is post time, and let's call it. Betting pool closes at $99,100. Good job, y'all. They're off in the Desert World Cup, and it was a good break for all 9 runners. Avada Kedavra right out to the lead, and he's joined by Ketchikan. Then comes Hear You Me and Fancy Shoes. Follow Your Fate and Castles Crumble, Phoenix Argyle, Rebel with a Cause, and Leave You Laughing is the early trailer. So it is Avada Kedavra who's going to take them under the wire the first time. They've got 1 mile left to go. Ketchikan chases him on the outside. Then comes Hear You Me. Fancy Shoes, the Derby winner, and Follow Your Fate. Then comes Castles Crumble and Phoenix Argyle. Rebel with a Cause and Leave You Laughing is still the trailer. They've got 6 furlongs left to run in the Desert World Cup. It is Avada Kedavra who leads by a length. Ketchikan is second. He's 3 lengths clear of the Derby winner. That's Fancy Shoes. Hear You Me is now fourth. He's lost a spot. Then Follow Your Fate is fifth. Stewards Cup Classic Hero Castles Crumble. Then Rebel with a Cause. Phoenix Argyle drops back, and then comes Leave You Laughing. They're rounding the far turn, and it is Avada Kedavra who has led every step of the way. Hear You Me passes Ketchikan. Fancy Shoes needs to get going. Here comes Follow Your Fate. Castles Crumble is coming on. Phoenix Argyle can do no better, and Rebel with a Cause drops out. They're coming down the stretch, and it is a new leader, and that is Hear You Me. Fancy Shoes trying to get him. Avada Kedavra is done. Follow Your Fate and Castles Crumble. Then Ketchikan and Phoenix Argyle. It is Hear You Me with Fancy Shoes dogging him every step. Follow Your Fate and Castles Crumble, but it is Hear You Me to win the Desert World Cup for Pete Vela. Fancy Shoes was second. Follow Your Fate third. Then Castles Crumble and Avada Kedavra. The official winner is Hear You Me. He's a 5-year-old gray horse by Mint out of May Angels Lead You In by URIM. He was bred by the steward and is owned by Pete Vela. This is his 14th win in 18 starts, and his companion cat is named Taco. That's going to wrap up our Desert World Cup races, and now we move on to Louisville. I'm going to jump straight into the Louisville Bunbury because we're only 1 minute from post, so sorry I can't talk about every horse, but I'll do a really fast job as well as I can. Number 1 is Albert Song for Leonard Beagle. This is a claiming horse. She's actually unbeaten in 5 starts. She's been moving up the claiming ladder, but she has never run in a non-claiming race. Number 2 is Into the Darkness for Kane Saracen. This is a homebred who was a Grade 3 winner at 2. Number 3, Love Cannot Fail for Louise Bayou. I'm pretty sure that either in her notes or one of her siblings I named But It Can, because, you know, me. This is a $1.9 million purchase who won the Stewards Cup Bunbury last out. Number 4, Just So You Know for Carl Smythe. This is a daughter of Sydney who is 3 for 4 lifetime. Number 5, No Solution for Glenn Larson. Nick Gilmore bred this one. This filly by Wizarding War has won her last 2 starts, and yeah, has never tried stakes company. Number 6, Love Will Change for Lisa Strummer. This is a $1.7 million purchase who is 3 for 4 lifetime. Her lone loss was last out in the Hot Springs Bunbury. Number 7, Gold Thread. This is a daughter of Galileo Gold for Dom Bihan. 3 for 4 lifetime. This is a homebred coming off of a win in the Texas Big Bend Bluff Stakes. What is that I just said? Number 8, Anesthesia for Casey Gillespie. This is a homebred daughter of Wizarding War. 1 for 4 lifetime with 3 second place finishes, has never run in a stakes. I'm surprised at how many horses in here are like not multiple stakes winners, you know? Number 9 is Wild Racing Heart for Willie Carson, a $4.2 million purchase who is 2 for 4 lifetime, coming off a win in the Grade 1 Hot Springs Bunbury, and that was over. Number 10, Her Dominion for Ryan Whitehead, a homebred daughter of Kingdom of Rust, 1 for 4 lifetime with 3 second place finishes, has never won a stake but was second last year in the Stewards Cup. That's your field for the Louisville Bunbury. It is post time, and the betting pool is going to close at $38,300, and the field of 10 is set to go 1 mile and an eighth. They're off in the Louisville Bunbury. Love Will Change stumbled at the start, but the rest were away well. Gold Thread had to take up after the break, and it is Albert Song, the claimer, who goes out to the lead. That one is not going to be challenged early. Albert Song on the front end, then comes Gold Thread. Love Cannot Fail in Her Dominion, then Wild Racing Heart and Love Will Change. Then comes No Solution, Anesthesia, Just So You Know, and Into the Darkness is the early trailer. So it is Albert Song, who now leads by 4 lengths. No one wanted to go with her early, with Gold Thread second. Then comes Love Cannot Fail in Her Dominion, Wild Racing Heart and No Solution, who picks up a spot over Love Will Change. Just So You Know is eighth. Anesthesia drops back to be ninth, and Into the Darkness is the early trailer. No change in order yet. It is Albert Song who leads by 4. Then comes Gold Thread, Love Cannot Fail, Her Dominion, Wild Racing Heart, No Solution, Love Will Change, Just So You Know, Anesthesia, and Into the Darkness. And they've only got 3 furlongs left to run in the Louisville Bunbury, and it is still Albert Song who leads by 2 lengths. Love Cannot Fail is putting in her bid. She's up in the second, coming on the outside. Her Dominion picks up a spot to be third. Love Will Change is now fourth. Gold Thread has dropped back, Just So You Know, Wild Racing Heart, and Anesthesia. They're coming down the stretch, and Albert Song has led every step of the way. A huge upset could be looming. Here comes Love Cannot Fail, and Love Will Change, Just So You Know, and Anesthesia. Albert Song, Love Cannot Fail. Albert Song is running the race of her life. Albert Song and Love Cannot Fail, and Albert Song in maybe the biggest upset of history. Albert Song wins the Bunbury over Love Cannot Fail, Love Will Change, and Just So You Know. The official winner of the Louisville Bunbury is Albert Song. She's a 3-year-old black filly by Albert out of Reggae Song by Gibraltar. For those wondering, Albert is a stallion standing for $3,000, apparently. And since it's owned by Glenn Escobar, you should probably go hammer it now because, I don't know, he'll probably be private in 5 minutes. Is Glenn on? Don't tell him I said that. Albert Song is now unbeaten in 6 starts and is owned by Leonard Beagle. Was bred by Cesar Reyes and has a companion goat named Alice. That was one of the best results in sim history ever. I don't know who that horse was, but that was funny. I liked it. All right. 6 minutes to post for the Louisville Bunbury. I will be back in 1 minute. I think if that race was real life, it'd be one of those things where the jockeys and on the all those freak level horses in the back would be like watching this claimer or whatever allowance level horse up ahead of them, getting clear by 5 lengths early, and they're like, she'll come back to us. And then at the eighth pull, they're like, I'm not sure that's gonna happen. Okay, anyway, next up is the Bunbury. We have a field of 9. These are a different class. There are no claimer level horses in here. Number 1 is Unusual Sugar. This is actually Deputy Governor's brother, full brother, I do believe, for Glenn Larson. 3 for 5 lifetime, coming off of a win in an allowance race. Number 2 is Captain Obvious for Rochelle Zahasi. Zahasi? It's been a while since I had to say that out loud. 3 for 4 lifetime. This is a son of Rickman. The only loss was the one time he tried grade 1 company, but this one has won 2 grade 3s. Ugh, coughing. Number 3 is Crash Down Walls for Lucas Davenport. If you want an image of what that should be, just imagine the Jello guy from the old commercials busting through the wall going, "Oh yeah, that's what crash down walls means." 2 for 5 lifetime with 2 third-place finishes. Both of those were the last 2 starts, including the Grade 1 Lexington Bunbury. Number 4 is Silver Tabby Cat, a homebred for Brian Levitt. I love this horse. 2 for 4 lifetime coming off of the Cat's Meow Stakes. I don't know if that was sponsored or not, but Silver Tabby Cat won that by 6 1/4. Before that was fourth in the Stewards Cup. Number 5 is Greatest Showman. If this horse wins, fully expect me to start singing. Louise Bayou owns this one. He's a 3-year-old son, son of Reddington. 3 for 5 lifetime, coming off of 2 straight wins, including the Lexington Bunbury. Number 6 is Obsidian Fury. Yeah, it has to be said like that. Sorry, guys. It's just the rules. Cleopatra owns this one, a $4.7 million purchase, 3 for 4 lifetime. This guy won the Stewards Cup last year and then lost his only start this year by a nose. Number 7 is the Tearjerker. This is a LaDonna King owned horse by the Thunderdome, coming off of a win in the Canyonland Stakes. That was in Texas. 2 for 4 lifetime. Only Grade 1 try, was 5th in the Magellan. Number 8 is Don't Forget Me. Mike Springer owns this one. It was a $2.5 million purchase. I am personally quite fond of this horse. This is a son of Itoko. Broke his maiden first out with a 97 and then has been second in a Grade 1 and third in the Northern California Bunbury. That was by 2 noses, so he is knocking on the door. And clearly random long shots can win things, so watch out. Number 9 is Brilliance, rounding out the field for Kane Saracen. This is a $4.8 million purchase, 3 for 4 lifetime, closing in on $500,000 in earnings. This is the colt that won the Northern California Bunbury over Obsidian Fury, but last year lost to that one by a nose in the Bunbury. 2 minutes to post. All right, the horses are lining up for the Louisville Bunbury, a field of 9, set to go 1.25 miles for $1 million. This is on the grass. And this is a very good race with lots and lots of freaks in it. And betting pool closes at $15,600. You guys just gave up after the last race. You're like, yeah, we're not betting on this anymore. Field is in the gate and set to go. They're off in the Louisville Bunbury. Greatest Showman was 1 step slow, but the rest were away well. It is Brilliance from the outside, goes straight for the lead, then comes Unusual Sugar from the rail. Greatest Showman after the bad start, then Don't Forget Me and Obsidian Fury. They're very tightly grouped. Silver Tabby Cat, Crash Down Walls, the Tearjerker, and Captain Obvious drops out last. So it is Brilliance, and he's trying to do what Albert Song did. He's now 5 lengths clear. Unusual Sugar is tracing that one. Then comes Greatest Showman. Crash Down Walls and Don't Forget Me. Then Obsidian Fury, Silver Tabby Cat, the Tearjerker, and Captain Obvious 5 lengths last. So it is Brilliance who leads by 5. Unusual Sugar is next. Then comes Greatest Showman. Crash Down Walls and Don't Forget Me. Then Obsidian Fury and Silver Tabby Cat, the Tearjerker, and Captain Obvious. They now have 4 furlongs left to run with Brilliance who leads by 2. It's Greatest Showman trying to catch that one. Then comes Crash Down Walls. Don't Forget Me moving between horses. Silver Tabby Cat right there. Obsidian Fury needs to get going. Unusual Sugar drop back. They're into the stretch, and it is still Brilliance. Greatest Showman is the danger. Don't Forget Me and Crash Down Walls. Then Silver Tabby Cat and Obsidian Fury. It is Brilliance. He is running out of room. Greatest Showman trying to get him. Greatest Showman with giant strides. It's going to be another close one, and it's going to be another photo in the Bunbury. Don't Forget Me 4 lengths third. Then Crash Down Walls and Silver Tabby Cat. The results of the photo are in, and the official winner by a nose is Greatest Showman. What if we rewrite the stars? Da-da-da-da-da-da. This is the Greatest Showman. Whoa, 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 whoa. I don't remember any of the other songs right now. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, I'm done. Now 4 for 6 Lifetime. Louis Bayou owns this one. He's a son of Reddington out of Kiss Me Here by Anywhere But Here. This is a 3-year-old bay colt whose companion cat is named, companion goat is named Barnum. Ha, funny. Next up is the Louisville Oaks, and post time is in 8 minutes. We have a field of 12 here in the Oaks, and it's kind of a weird field because, I mean, they're good, obviously. It's the Oaks. They're always good. But there's no horse in here that you're like, oh my gosh, this is the best Oaks field ever. I don't know. It's just okay. Number 1 on the rail is Venice for Chris Bobby. This is a homebred daughter of Aloncy and Vesper. 2 for 5 Lifetime, coming off of a second place finish in the Torrid Knights Stakes. That was week 2. Number 3 is Fyra. This is a daughter of Aloncy and Lyre for Jolene Danner. 1 for 4 Lifetime. Did Breaker Maiden first out with a 97 and has done nothing like that since then. Coming off of a 5th place finish in a non-winners of 2. Number 3 is Her Wild Heart for Ryan Whitehead. This is a son of Fighting Spirit, daughter of Fighting Spirit, who I think is one of the most underrated stallions on the sim right now. 3 for 4 Lifetime, coming off of a victory in the Grade 1 Southern California Oaks. Number 4 is Good Night for Laura Ferguson. This is a homebred daughter of Happy This Way. 4 for 5 Lifetime. This filly briefly considered going to the Louisville Derby. She had won all of her races, including the Stewards Cup last year. She ran against the boys in the Kentucky Blue. She finished second by a head. Didn't win, so why run in the Derby? She's here in the Oaks, where she is likely the favorite. Number 5 is Colors of the Wind for Michael Looker. This is a Be Prepared daughter out of a sword mare named Double Smitten. She's unbeaten in 3 starts. She had kind of a little bit of a weird prep because she ran week 1 and then week 4. You just don't see that often. Since this is a Be Prepared, if she doesn't win here today, you would have to take heart that she's got that big week 9 race coming at her soon. Number 6 is Hold On to Dreams for Tion Long. This is a daughter of Hold Above, so what I just said above goes for this one too. This girl actually also ran in the Kentucky Blue Stakes because why not, I guess? Maybe she was trying to get away from Good Night. This filly did win her first 3 starts, including the Grade 1 Inglewood Starlet. She has not won yet this year. Number 7 is Bedtime for Nina Olson, a daughter of James Dean out of a Kill the Lights mares. Since it's by James Dean, what I just said about week 9 also holds true. This girl's won both of her starts this year. Her lone try against Grade 1 company, she was 12th, which was the Stewards Cup, and that's annoying. 3 for 5 Lifetime. Number 8, So They Like You for LaDonna King. This is a daughter of Kilgrave. She is 3 for 4 Lifetime. She did win the Grade 1 Lexington Oaks last out. Thurlestane. Okay, number 9 is Thurlestane for Cleopatra. This is a homebred daughter of Tahoe out of Bibliomania, who is out of Maryland Million, I think. 2 for 4 Lifetime, never been off the board, coming off of a win in the Grade 3 Alberta Oaks. Maybe one of the better bred horses in this field, which is saying something, considering that the next horse is number 10, One More Kiss for Brian Levitt. Brian was considering the Derby for this horse. Here's what I don't understand. Brian had a horse named Pete the Cat, who actually beat one of your Derby favorites. And Pete the Cat is not in the Derby. He wanted to run this horse in the Derby, but she ran 3rd in her 1 Derby prep, so she's here in the Oaks. Why isn't Pete the Cat in the Derby? That is my question, unless I turn the page and Pete the Cat is in the Derby, but I don't think he is. One More Kiss, definitely bred for the 1.5 miles, so you definitely have like a 1 1/8 horses versus 1.5 miles horses thing going on here. This filly is 1 for 4 Lifetime. Number 11, Gloria Z for Flies and Hamiltonian, coming off of a 2nd place finish by a nose in the Lexington Oaks. Before that, she had just broken her maiden. This is a daughter of Aloncy, so the distance, not a problem. Number 12 is Warwick Street, and this is my selection in the race. Brianna McKenzie, homebred, coming off of a second place finish behind Bedtime in the Warm Stakes. This is a daughter of James Dean out of Canadian Roses. Been on the board in 4 or 5 starts, but has only won twice, and both of those were last year. That is your field, and it is a field of 12 set to go mile and eighth. Let's get the betting pool over $100,000, 3 minutes to post. Ooh, guys, I don't know if my voice is going to make it all the way through the Derby, but I'm going to try. And as per usual, the kids' movie has finished 12 minutes short. That always happens. Now, guys, I have to ask you for a favor. I told you that we would be doing contests later tonight, which is true. But we're having a problem with our current chat room. Just for example, I'm sitting in here, a bunch of you are sitting in here, I'm watching the words go on the screen, and like, let's say Pete will say, haha, good point, Danny. Well, I never saw what Danny said. It doesn't show everybody what everybody's saying, which is really annoying. And then sometimes, especially in the private messaging, it'll just stop sending what you're saying. It's like, no, you're not allowed to say words anymore, and you have to reload. So anyway, we have a new chat room. We would like to try it out. Um, as soon as the Derby is run, the admin will take over and I will go put kids in bed, and you guys can help him test this chat room, see if it works, see if there's problems. If it's no good, it's no good. If it's great, that'd be awesome. So, yeah. 1 minute post for the Oaks. It is post time for the Louisville Oaks. This is the 51st. What year are we on? 52nd Louisville Oaks? Oh my lord, I totally just blanked on what year we're on. I think we're on year 52. 52nd Louisville Oaks. Hey, I got there in the end. Field of 12 set to go a mile and an eighth for $1,000,000. They're in the gate. And they're off. One more kiss broke slowly, so too did Hold On to Dreams. But the rest were away well, and it is Warwick Street who goes out to the lead, joined by Bedtime and then Her Wild Heart. Here's Colors of the Wind and One More Kiss after the bad break. So They Like You and Good Night. Then comes Gloria Z, Thurlistain. I gotta learn how to say that. Fyra, Hold On to Dreams, and Venice is the early trailer. So it is Warwick Street and Bedtime. Now Bedtime puts her head in front, and those two kick clear of the field. Her Wild Heart and Colors of the Wind, then One More Kiss and Good Night. So They Like You, Gloria Z. Thurlistain, Hold On to Dreams, Venice, and Fyra is at the back of the pack, and it is still Bedtime who leads them. Warwick Street pressing her every step of the way. Her Wild Heart, then Colors of the Wind. 3 lengths back to One More Kiss. Then comes Good Night, So They Like You, and Gloria Z. Thurlistain, Hold On to Dreams, Venice, and Fyra is the trailer. Now we have a new leader as Warwick Street takes back over from Bedtime, but Bedtime fights on. 2 lengths back to Her Wild Heart and Good Night. One More Kiss and Colors of the Wind, then Hold On to Dreams and Venice. The rest are dropping back as they come into the stretch, and it is these two. They've been there the whole way. Bedtime and Warwick Street, 2 lengths clear of One More Kiss. Then comes Hold On to Dreams. Here's Good Night starting to get involved in Venice. It is Bedtime and Warwick Street. They battled the whole way. One More Kiss third. Bedtime and Warwick Street. And Bedtime is going to be the one doing better. Bedtime will win the Louisville Oaks. Bedtime is your winner. Warwick Street second. One More Kiss third. Hold On to Dreams and Good Night was fifth. The official winner of the Louisville Oaks is Bedtime. She's a 3-year-old bay filly by James Dean out of Nighttime Whispers by Kill the Lights. She's a homebred for Nina Olson, and this is her 4th win in 6 starts. And this horse has a companion goat named Fred. That's funny. Congratulations to Nina, and now it's time to move on to the big one of the night, and this is the Louisville Derby, the 52nd Louisville Derby. We do have a full field of 20 this year. 8 minutes to post, so I'll try to go kind of quickly. On the rail, of course, because the horse that I like always draws the rail. That is Giant. Cleopatra Homebred. This is a James Dean half-brother to, wait for it, half-brother to Conqueror, who's 8, so that means he won the Derby 5 years ago because math. Giant is 4 for 5 lifetime. He's coming off of a victory in the Sunshine Park Derby. Number 2 is Merlin, and that is last year's... Sorry. Number 2 is Merlin, who is last year's Stewards Cup Juvenile winner. This is an Elise Pepperell bred that Randall Johnson has leased for this year. So Randall, looking at the opportunity of a lifetime here, this is a son of Doctor out of a Man of Mystery mare. This guy and Titan Redeemer threw it down week 2 in Puerto Rico, which was really random, in the George Washington Stakes. Merlin was actually 2nd, and then he came back to win the Kentucky Blue Stakes last out over Goodnight and Hold On to Dreams, those 2 fillies that just ran in the Oaksy race. Okay, number 3 is Carthay Circle. Carthay Circle is the son of Conqueror out of the great mare Let It Go, 3 for 5 lifetime. He did lose to Titan Redeemer in his debut, and then he lost to Pete the Cat in his first race this year, and you may recall, Pete the Cat, not here. Coming off of a victory over Pete the Cat in the Rivalry Stakes, that was with a 91 speed figure. Number 4 is Story Unchanged for Carl Smythe. Story Unchanged was originally not in here, and I sent Carl a message and was like, dude, enter your horse in the Derby so that we can, like, have contests and stuff, which I didn't get to till yesterday, but that doesn't matter. And Carl was like, well, I was actually going to skip the Derby and go straight to the Baltimore Crown. And I was like, why? Like, you have one of the Derby favorites. Why would you skip it? That seemed crazy to me. So if this horse loses today and next week, then Carl can blame me. Story Unchanged is a son of We Never Change, who it was second last out by a neck to Thanos in the New Orleans Derby. Before that, he won the Rising Star Stakes. This guy was 3rd in the Stewards Cup Juvenile. Number 5 is Dancer. This is a Danny Derby-owned horse by Conqueror out of Skyfall. Coming off of a victory in the Alpha Stakes, 3 for 5 lifetime. This guy's highest lifetime speed figure is a 97. Will love the 1.25 miles. Number 6 is Hello. This is Alino Duran Lisi from Elise Pepperell, a son of Kiefer out of Adele. $3.2 million purchase originally, 4 for 5 lifetime. This guy's lone loss was last out in the New Orleans Derby. Distance, definitely a question. Will he like the 1.25 miles or will he prefer the 1 1/8? I guess we're about to find out. Number 7 is Courage. This is the horse most people like when talking about the Elise Pepperell Lisis. Keith Maidlow has this one. Remember, he won the Derby last year with Fancy Shoes. 4 for 5 lifetime. This guy won both of his preps this year. He was 2nd in the Stewards Cup Juvenile by a nose. This is a son of Sir Topham Hatt. Number 8 is Out of Style. Nina Olson is leasing this horse from Danny Derby for this race. This is a son of James Dean out of the Skyfall mare Style. Style by Skyfall? Out of Skyfall? Pretty sure. 3 for 5 lifetime. This guy has not won this year. He was 2nd in the Tremendous Stakes and 3rd in the Keyboard Courage. The horse that won that race, Courage came first, I don't think is in here. Weird. Danny had too many horses, so he leased this one to Nina, and I have it on good authority, Nina, that if you win this race with this horse, Danny says you can keep it. Number 9 is Colossal We Come. This is one of Pete Bella's multiple entries in here. He has 3. This is the horse Pete likes best, not personally or emotionally, but just on a likely to win situation. This is one of the very few unbeaten horses in this race. 4 for 4 this guy is, and he's never run less than a grade 3. He always wins, coming off of a victory in the Buccaneer Derby. Number 10 is Bracer Phoenix from Michael Looker. This horse was almost not nominated to the Triple Crown, but we were talking about it in the chat room one day, and luckily someone went and told Michael what to do. This is a son of Heart of the Storm out of a Saratoga mare. 4 for 5 lifetime with a 2nd place finish. That one loss was last out in that Keyboard Courage Stakes. Behind Courage came first. Number 11, Guardian Bravo for Pete Vela. This is only a $700,000 purchase, which is strange because this is like one of my favorite horses that I bred that year. His lone start this year is a second place effort by a nose in the Grade 1 Sunshine Park Derby. Number 12, another horse I like, and this is Thanos for Danny Derby. This is a homebred, 4 for 5. This is a sort of happy this way out of a doctor mare. So distance, probably the question. Is he better suited to the next week race? This guy's coming off of a victory in the New Orleans Derby. Breathing is hard. Number 13 is Titan Redeemer for Allie Hedgestone. I remember seeing the new Pacific Rim movie with Rebecca Rose Hepburn way back when it came out, like, I don't know, over a year ago. And we were literally walking out of the theater and I wouldn't talk to her because I was busy reserving names on my phone. And then she got mad at me and it was funny. Titan Redeemer was one of those names. That's my story about that. 3 for 5 lifetime. This is the guy that went toe to toe with Merlin last out and was the winner of the George Washington Stakes. Then he was second in the Hot Springs Derby behind Lazy Dog. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if it took too much out of him. Plus, being a hold above out of a Be Prepared mare, does he want the mile and a half more? Ugh, breathing. Number 14 is A Million Dreams, and I love this because this is a horse owned by a partnership in the Derby. Imagine that. That's what the partnerships are supposed to be for. A Million Dreams is a horse by Heart of the Storm out of the awesome mare Maple Leafs, 3 for 5 lifetime, coming off of a win in the SoCal Derby. He was 5th in the Stewards Cup last year. He did win both his preps this year. Number 15, Life's Last Moment. This is Keith Maidlow's other horse in here. Keith wins the race one year. Now he's just entering multiple horses. He's like all over this race now. This guy has not won since his maiden race. That was week 10 of last year, coming off of a 5th place effort in the Keyboard Courage. Number 16 is Lazy Dog, and this is the horse in Pete's heart. This is a homebred son of James Dean, coming off of a victory in the Grade 1 Hot Springs Derby. His only loss of his career came behind Carthay Circle. Number 17, Native Pride for Ben Stover. This is a 3-year-old son of Judge of Time, 2 for 6 lifetime, coming off of a victory in the Desert Derby in Dubai. Number 18, Best by Far for Brandon McNulty, a $3 million purchase by Triple Crown winner Dragonfly. This guy has been second in both of his preps this year. Those were both behind A Million Dreams. Number 19 is American for Tim Matthews. This is a son of Prince Louder out of a Messiah mare. $1 million purchase coming off of a victory week 5 in the Chicago Derby. Keep in mind, I would love to see one of those week 5 races eventually get a winner in the Derby. Rounding out the field, all the way on the outside, is number 20, The King. This is Rebecca Rose Hepburn's entrant in here, a son of Iron Spirit out of an Anointed mare. Coming off of a victory in the Grade 2 Albuquerque Park Derby. This guy will have to overcome the outside post, but he is 4 for 5 lifetime. And that is your field for the Louisville Derby. The 52nd running, set to go a mile and a quarter for $2 million. And give me like 10 seconds to catch my breath, and then I'll call it. They're in the gate, and they're off in the 52nd Louisville Derby, and the King broke very well from the outside. Lazy Dog was 1 step slow, and Titan Redeemer right to his knees. Colossal Become was also a step slow. Here's Story Unchanged, hustled up from mid-pack, then comes Giant from the rail. Hello, Courage, Thanos, A Million Dreams, Bracer Phoenix, and Life's Last Moment. Then Lazy Dog, Carthay Circle, Merlin, Titan Redeemer, Guardian Bravo, Dancer, Out of Style, Colossal Become American, Best by Far, and Native Pride is the early trailer as they go sweeping around that clubhouse turn with 7 furlongs left to run in the Derby. It is the King taking them along by a half length. Hello has put the pressure on that one. Then comes Giant and Story Unchanged. They're 4 across the track, a length back to Courage. Another 3 lengths back to Thanos. Then comes A Million Dreams, Bracer Phoenix, Life's Last Moment, Lazy Dog, Guardian Bravo, Carthay Circle, Merlin, Titan Redeemer, Out of Style, Dancer, Colossal Become American, Best by Far, and Native Pride. We've only got 5 furlongs left to run in the Derby, and it is the King who is left led every step of the way so far. He's got a half length on Story Unchanged. Then comes Hello and Giant, Courage and Thanos. Lazy Dog moves up a spot, and then comes Bracer Phoenix. Guardian Bravo and Carthay Circle. Then comes Merlin and Titan Redeemer. A Million Dreams, Out of Style, Dancer, Colossal Become. The rest need to get going as they turn into the top of the stretch. And it is the king. He has led every step of the way. Story Unchanged is the challenger. He's right alongside Hello, Giant, Thanos, Lazy Dog, and Carthay Circle. Guardian Bravo. They're spreading out across the track. Then comes Merlin. We're down to 9 horses in with a shot. It is still the king. Story Unchanged and Thanos between them. Hello on the outside. Then Lazy Dog and Carthay Circle. Giant, Guardian Bravo. It is a wild finish in the Derby. Thanos, Story Unchanged, but the king, he's been there, and the king is going to get the Derby. The king will wear the roses today with Thanos second over Story Unchanged. Hello, Lazy Dog, Carthay Circle, Giant, and Guardian Bravo. Then Merlin, Titan Redeemer, Courage, and Bracer Phoenix. The official winner of the 52nd Louisville Derby is the king. He's a 3-year-old dark bay colt by Iron Spirit, out of Sage by Anointed. He is a homebred for Rebecca Rose Hepburn, and he is 5 for 6 lifetime. He has a companion cat named Aladdin, which is also the name of Rose's real cat. I did not see this result coming. My horse all spring has been Thanos, and he finished second by a neck. So, Rose, we're fighting. So again, the full finish of the Derby is the king, neck, Thanos, neck, Story Unchanged, head, Hello, half, Lazy Dog, nose, Carthay Circle, nose, Giant, half, Guardian Bravo, half, Merlin, length, Titan Redeemer, nose, Courage, length, Bracer Phoenix, and then a big break back to Million Dreams, American, Dancer, Out of Style, Best by Far, Native Pride, Colossal Become, who ran horribly, and then Life's Last Moment. Don't forget to join us 1 week from tonight for the Baltimore Crown. Can the king make it 2 in a row? If he can win the Baltimore Crown, this horse might win the Triple Crown because he actually is bred for the 1.5 miles. That's what he wants. If he can get out to an easy lead in Baltimore, that'd be pretty cool, actually. Okay, the admin's going to take over for a little bit and try and have you guys test out the new chat room. I'm going to put the kids in bed, and then I'm going to come back, and I'm going to give you all prizes. Not all of you, those who do the contest correctly. But I have a ton of game points to give away. So many game points. Okay? Okay. Farewell. Congratulations, Rebecca Rose Hepburn.